Hi, my name is Gerhard Gschwandtner and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the pleasure of continuing our long conversation with Jeffrey Gitomer. Welcome, Jeffrey.
It seems like this conversation is never ending, Gerhard.
We always have new stuff because your mind is percolating. And what you and I have discussed a minute ago is really interesting, that there's a misalignment apparently between the objectives of a salesperson and the objectives of a company. Tell us more about it.
Well, this is what I found to be true. The company creates these sales plans or sales quotas for the salesperson, and they go about the process of getting them CRM and then holding the salesperson what is referred to as accountable. Now, salespeople got into sales so that they wouldn't have to be accountable, and therein lies the paradox. So my challenge is for leadership to change the word accountability to the word responsibility. The salesperson has to be responsible for himself or herself, responsible for their own outcomes, and responsible to their boss and their company for productivity. I think that's better. It's sort of a softer sounding word. And once the salesperson becomes a responsible salesperson, they're automatically accountable without ever having to say the word accountable.
Define accountability the way you understand it.
Accountability is the salesperson is measured. How many calls did you make? How many follow-ups did you make? How many face-to-face meetings did you have? How long were they? Did you put all your information into Salesforce.com or your CRM? How many follow-up calls did you make in the morning? How many cold calls did you make this week? That's accountability. They're accountable for activity. If I have to worry about how many calls they're going to make on a weekday, I have the wrong sales guy. What I want to measure is the only thing that matters to me, and that's the sales cycle. When did the sale start? What did they do in the middle? When did the sale end? And how did it end? Did it end in a sale? Did it end in a non-sale? And how long did that take? And could we shorten that sales cycle? Because if I can shorten sales cycles by 20%, I automatically increase sales by 20%.
So it sounds like you want to have be responsible for a process that's predictable and that's measurable, and that gives the sales manager all the information they need.
Yeah, they're accountable, just don't say the word.
Right.
The company has a bigger role, and that is to support the salesperson. If they're not supporting the salesperson, what good are they? I need to make certain that the leadership of the company or the upper management of the company or the sales manager or the sales vice president takes responsibility for supporting the salesperson out in the field. I'm going to give you just a short list of things that a salesperson wants to feel once they're out there, or that the company must do for the salesperson in order for that salesperson to feel supported, encouraged, and has that self-confidence to move in there and make the sale.
So give me the list.
First of all, the company has to have an impeccable reputation for product, service, and the company itself. Because the customer is going to look that reputation up before the salesperson ever gets there. Reputation arrives before the salesperson. The second thing they have to have is a full-blown social media campaign that can attract leads. The third thing I need is on-demand, web-based sales and personal development training so that a sales guy can sit in the lobby of a customer and access on his or her mobile device and get some answers, get a couple of ideas, get some questions that they can ask so that they're uber prepared when they walk into that sales call. I think they need to have an easy to implement philosophical approach to the sale. This is the most interesting thing. I'll be in front of an audience and I'll say, how many of you have learned a system of selling? They all raise their hand. I say, how many of you use it every time you're on a sales call? And no one keeps their hand up.